how to get out of hell in the morning or any other time for that matter. The way to get out of hell is to realize that hell is self-generated. That this is not to blame yourself like, oh, I created this. I'm so terrible. Whack, whack. That's a kind of weird sort of spiritual teaching that we don't need. But at the same time, it's very empowering to realize, wow, this hell that I sometimes wake up in is self-generated. Yes, it's generated by my brain, by my memories, by my experiences, whether it's from PTSD or from guilt or from shame, adverse childhood events, or the state of the world, all of those reasons that you could give for why my brain is squirting these chemicals that make me feel like I don't want to be here. All of those reasons are really not true because it's my brain and it's my body. And who's the I that is mying? It's the I is the name of the infinity. I is the name of God. When Moses asked God, not that this is a biblical talk, but when Moses asked God, what's your name? It said, I am that I am. I am that I am. And in all different spiritual traditions, I am is really what the infinite one is. It's the awareness behind not only thoughts, but also the incredible special effect of moods. And the good news is that you don't just have to talk down and try and control your body and your moods and your emotions. And you don't have to just run 5 miles a day or do hours and hours of feeling your feelings or moving your body. You just have to do this very simple thing, which is that your I am self has to fall in love with the wavy flow of energy that we call the body and the personal self, with all of its emotions and waves of mood and waves of sensation and waves of reaction to input. All of those waves you might call your feminine. And the I am self, the central I am self, you might call the masculine side of yourself, God the Father, and then dancing around him, all of these waves that can feel very turbulent and can sometimes seem like they're taking over your experience to the point where you don't want to be here. And yet he, this I am, just has to fall in love with his so-called partner, with the feminine, which is sometimes seems so chaotic. And yet, in fact, it's the infinite energy of love. And all it needs is for that self, that one that is pure awareness, to stop ignoring it and resisting it and denigrating it, which is used to be called patriarchy, and probably still is, where spirituality means I have to get out of my body and I have to get out of my emotions and I have to dominate them or I have to witness them. Oh my God, that has become the thing, witnessing your emotions. Yeah, try witnessing a baby. That's what in the old Victorian father would come in, the baby be screaming, and the father would witness the baby. Oh yes, I'm looking at the baby. Never even thought of picking it up and rocking it back into communion with the infinite mother wave. No, just witness the baby. And amazingly, you witness the baby of your emotions, and it stops crying. But probably later will grow up to be a serial killer. And the same thing inside us, that the fact that we've had to either suppress our emotions and have ineffective tantrums with our emotions, both of those ways don't work, has led us to have sometimes within our own system what feels like a serial killer, that it serially, maybe every morning or every few mornings, it seems like it puts you in a hell state. So the short version is the work that I call iWAVE, where I falls in love with the wave, and the wave learns to dance more harmoniously around the truth of I. And the truth of I is that there is only love, and that consciousness, which is the I, can fall back in love with energy, which is everything else, which is the manifestation of planets and galaxies and hummingbirds and moods and humans. And might sound like nothing what I'm saying, but it's taken me 52 years consciously on the spiritual path to really realize that it just boils down to this little sweet spot where my pure awareness can fall back in love with and court and have foreplay with, and then have communion and then union with the whole infinite energy that I've been resisting, the changing, moving, dynamic, feminine nature of what seems like chaos. And when he falls back in love with her and gives her loving attention, she dances a beautiful dance of bliss. She regulates herself within your own body. And she, I call it the mother wave, she becomes the doorway to this center of bliss in the middle of the head, in the middle of the brain. It's a little lake where there's a space filled with cerebrospinal fluid, and the pineal gland is there, the pituitary gland is there. You sit on the medulla and you Google God. And I'm going to make more videos about how to do this. But the short version is wake up and say to everything you're feeling, I am the I am, and I love you.